Sometimes they can catch. Yeah. So
Who is the hardest to impress?
but not online shopping. I would not know how to go online.
You can't
shopping.
do. You get
I
bought.
can't do online.
Who was the hardest in the Australian team to buy a gift for?
The hardest, well, the one I wouldn't want to buy gifts for is probably Glenn McGrath, bowler, whatever, Glenn.
Opening bat.
I'll tell you, it was the easiest to buy for. Maybe if an answer that way. Adam Gilchrist. Grape juice. I'd buy him grape juice,
Nice.
but not the sort of grape juice that's not fermented.
Right, Sunny, Australia 23rd. India will take on Pakistan. It is the greatest spectacle, not just in sport, all across. Everything will come to a standstill. But this question, Dinesh Karthik, he's all smiles. The team has preferred DK in certain games, Rishabh Pant in certain games. But on day one of India's campaign, who do you see in the side? Considering Australia.
I see both of them in the side.
That's easy peasy for him.
No, but you asked me. I see both of them in the side. 5, 6, 7. 5, Hardik Pandya, 6, Rishabh, or maybe either way, and then 7, Dinesh Karthik. I see them.
Do you see both of them play in the same side as far as Australia is concerned?
No, I don't think so. I think, for me, firstly, Rishabh. I think he is the future. And you need to bank on your future in T20 World Cups. Look, if it was a longer version of the game, I might see otherwise, but for mine, you want that youth. You want the power as well. I think DK is a magnificent player when he can use pace and conditions and use the angles. These are bigger grounds. The MCG is a proper hit. It's a monumental hit, especially square of the wicket. DK is so small, he'd get lost running out to the boundary. It'd be like you couldn't be able to see him. So you've got to cover the turf as well. Obviously, he's a wicket keeper, so it doesn't really matter. But in terms of power hitting, it's so key for mine to have players that can, not all players necessarily, but at least 3 or 4 players that can hit the ball a long way and use that power. And Rishabh has got that versatility. I'd like to see him play more orthodox cricket. I think he's been lost in innovation for a while. But most importantly, and more than anything, why this would be tormenting Rishabh Pant right now is that he's got DK that's there and about, is sort of occupying that premium I want the 5 over role. But in his head, as a young person, you think that they're so, bulletproof because they've been there such a long time. No one is, but in particular at the moment as a youngster, Rishabh Pant, he needs to have his tyres blown up, because the way I see it is that he sees the game in a very, very different way. He's sort of like Adam Gilchrist was to our side. Sees the game and has a vision for the game.
Sunny, DK versus Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant is still in his 20s. He's really young, but just sitting out. And Rohit Sharma has had quite a few conversations with Rishabh Pant about his game, what the team expects out of him. If there's one particular department or one aspect of his game that he needs to work on, what would that be?
His offside play, Rishabh Pant. See, with Hardik Pandya as well, look at how he's developed his offside play. Earlier on, he was hitting everything like this, but now you bowl to him wide, because a lot of bowlers will say, okay, he's got the power there, let's bowl a little bit wide. But what Hardik Pandya is doing is he's using his wrist and hitting it over a deep point for a 6. That is what Rishabh Pant has got to do. Rishabh Pant is in a lot of, in just about every format, is a very predetermined cricketer, premeditated cricketer. He decides quite often what he's going to do before the ball is bowled. So that's why he gets into trouble when he goes for something which is not there. In his case, what he's got to do is look to get these shots going. He strikes, everything is there, everything. And so the guys are bowling outside and he's not being able to do that. So he's got to maybe get in a situation where he gives himself a bit of room and whacks it there, upish. For 6s, he can cut the ball up for a 6, but he's got to strengthen this side of his play, and then he'll be unstoppable.
Offside says Sunny Gavaskar. But talking of the big positives for India right from the Asia Cup, well, it's been the form of the skipper Rohit Sharma and of Virat Kohli, to the extent that Rohit Sharma now says that India doesn't need a third opener when you've got Virat Kohli in the mix. He caught up for a very special conversation with the king on how he's turned things around.
सुबह के 6:30 बजे बस स्टॉप है, बस है, लेकिन कोई स्कूल नहीं जा रहा, because now the gentleman here is too old and too cool for school. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only विराट कोहली। हम थोड़ा बस के पास रहते हैं क्योंकि मैं सोच रहा था कि ये इतने अर्ली राइजर कैसे बन गए हम। But now you're starting your day सुबह 5:30-6 बजे.
ऐसे ही होता है सर, अभी टाइम तो है नहीं और हैव टू काइंड ऑफ फिट इन थिंग्स एंड गेट थिंग्स डन, व्हिच आल्सो is more of a transition now. I'm transitioning into prioritizing what I need to do. But yeah, such is the nature of what I do, the nature of how things have been for so long. When you're on the road playing so much, and now with a young daughter, we take out a lot of time. So in whatever time I have apart from that, I have to get things done, and this is all part of starting early.
Time management है. So you enjoy ad shoots? मजा आता है? अब second nature हो गई है.
हाँ, to be very honest, शुरू में मजा आता था. Abhi, if something quirky comes up, like you're playing characters or something like that, then yeah, it's fun because you're also getting away from a bit of structure, A to B, like this and that. So when you play characters, it's a bit more fun.
सुबह का टाइम, बस, स्कूल बस याद आई? बस स्टॉप याद आया?
स्कूल बस से पहले मुझे रिक्शा याद है, जो हम पहले जो प्री स्कूल
में भर के सारे जाते थे.
पीछे रिक्शा में बैठ के जाते थे प्री स्कूल. तो वो टाइम तो सिर्फ मैंने एक ही चीज़ याद है मुझे, रोना सुबह बस कि क्यों जाना है स्कूल नहीं जाना है. एंड देन व्हेन वी गॉट टू प्रॉपर स्कूल एज वेल, अगेन yes, school buses were a huge part of our lives, all our lives growing up. But that weight of रोड पे खड़े हो आप, बस कब आएगी और 10 मिनट में बस आज स्कूल ना जाना पड़े.
कहीं खराब हो जाए बस.
हाँ, बस
छोड़ने कौन आता था?
एक my mom used to drop me. Yeah. Most of the time my mom would drop me. Sometimes my brother or my sister, but most of the time my mom.
Phenomenal cricketer married a phenomenal actress. Abhi now phenomenal actress Bhabhi ji is playing cricket. Banda either early morning is ready for a shoot. Who's enjoying what more?
She's definitely enjoying the experience of playing a cricketer. It's challenging because this is the first time she's playing cricket and that too bowling. She was like, that is a start of humongous proportions in terms of challenges, but she's taken on those challenges beautifully. She prepared so well. Just learning to bowl at something that people can't quite gather how difficult it is for one to do. So hers is definitely ridiculously more challenging. Mine is very simple here. I told you I go from A to B. I've been doing this for years.